Welcome to Bodega Nights, featuring Lockdown. So I'm on semi and you're on kind of full-on lockdown because of your local government unit?
Well, the term that they like to use is enhanced community quarantine, which is...
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if there's...
Kind of
I'm not sure if there's any actual definition to the word lockdown. I'll look that up while you, vamp a little bit. Lockdown. Defined.
I don't know. I just like the term lockdown because it was a TNA pay-per-view. Wrestling.
Yeah.
For us, it's like a decree. Decreto number something. That happened 2 weeks back, and it's gonna end April 5th. So next week. I don't know if we can even read it, but it's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's Decreto numero 40.539, and it shows a list of things that are open and things that are closed. Basically, things that are open are shopping centers, banks, but even banks are closed right now. So I had a hard time converting my dollars into reais because...
Yeah.
Let's just say the money converters are at the malls and the malls are closed. And the banks are semi-closed and it's hard to contact them. So yeah, it's kind of hard. Yeah. Very hard. It's annoying. I mean, look at me. I have a couple of dollars, but I can't even convert it to local currency. So technically, I'm kind of broke. I just got my money yesterday because our finance officer, works... job is contacting the bank. So when they got the dollars, I'm like, hey, can you give me my dollars here, convert it to reais? Yay, I'm not that broke for the next 2-3 weeks, and then I'm broke again, unless the bank is open and the money changers are open again.
You know what I find really annoying? Sorry, I was reading about I was doing a little bit of reading on this whole quarantine thing, and
okay,
cool, quarantine. But then it feels like the words enhanced community quarantine, when put together in that way, and there have been all of these infographics and stuff that have been coming out explaining the difference between a community quarantine, the enhanced community quarantine, and a lockdown. Apparently those are 3 different concepts. These are 3 different concepts that it feels like the government just pulled out of their ass. Or the concepts are things that sort of exist as an idea, but to say that this is the definition is something that I find so annoying. It's something that the government does that I really hate, or something that legislation does that I really hate, where they take right. It's like, oh, it's not a lockdown, it's an enhanced community quarantine. Well, what the f- is an enhanced community quarantine? Oh, that's different from a lockdown. This is the difference. And it's like, where did you get that definition? What was your basis for this definition?
From thin air, yeah. You get the cream on the crop. From thin air, yeah. You pull it out there. It doesn't exist then, it exists right now, yeah. 'Cause you gotta react to the pandemic.
Brother.
It's the sickness. We get down with the sickness,
Brother.
yeah. It's gotta be a cup of coffee, yeah. Just kind of enhanced quarantine, a cup of coffee, a couple of weeks until it becomes extreme lockdown quarantine hospital, yeah.
And that's how they got it.
But to be fair, I'm not opposed to the idea of having some sort of quarantine or a lockdown.
Same.
Because our medical facilities aren't, well, at least in the Philippines. I'm not sure how it is over there.
Oh, but worse. Have you seen our stats? Have you seen our numbers? It's bad, man.
All right.
I mean, at first it's like, haha, you guys have numbers, and then a few weeks later, I take it back, we already hit 1,000.
Yeah, but the point is, our current medical facilities can't handle a sort of widespread.
Yeah. I mean, dude, this is worse than SARS, right? At least SARS, we kind of handled it.
Yeah. No, we were kind of lucky with SARS. It really didn't hit that hard.
Yeah, dude. We're so damn lucky, but this one, it hit us everywhere in the world. Maybe unless we're in Antarctica, then didn't hit there.
That's going to change.
Oh shit, it's gonna hit Santa Claus.
And so,
oh man.
So what were the measures that were taken over in Brazil?
Well, that's it. We closed Public events, cinemas, malls, churches, academias, esportas being gyms, the campuses. There's no school until next week. The zoos, the parks, shopping centers that are not specialized. So if you're not a bakery, a grocery, a drugstore, a butcher, a select laundry. Thankfully, certain laundromats are open because they are saying, well, that's for the economy. Okay, you can be open, but only Monday to Friday. But most of them are closed. So, like, even gas stations, they're not 7 days a week now. I think it's only Monday to Friday now. Weekends closed because of quarantine and trying to minimize people. The first few days of the semi-lockdown, there's a lot of people buying in the supermarkets. But right now, there's stringent and strict measures here in the federal district. So, like, you can only buy 6 cans of tuna. You can only buy 3 units of tissue paper. Only buy 3 bottles of water. And they strictly enforce it here. So even if some people hoard, they'll say, nope, okay, this is your limit. We're keeping this. So at least compared to, I think, the Philippines, because we hoarded like hell way before the whole measurement started, right? The LGUs. Like, Pasig kind of did well. So shout outs to our friends like Jeron, who's like helping out that mayor. Like, they're one of who are better off right now.
You know, I'm actually...
a liquor ban.
I'm actually quite, like, pleased. Is pleased the word? I kind of like the way that they
displeased or
did
pleased?
It. Huh?
Are you happy or not happy? I don't get it. Sorry, my ear.
Sorry. I kind of like the way they did it in Cebu.
Nice.
I mean, you know, in the sense that it doesn't like we don't seem to have the same show that the people in Manila are having because our mayors actually talk to each other. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
Like, our mayors are the mayors here they periodically meet up, and like particularly before this whole lockdown thing, right?
Okay.
Like, our mayors met up, made sure that like the city ordinances and stuff were all in harmony with each other. That way you don't have,
that's good,
you know, things like there is a particular curfew time in this city and a particular curfew time in this city. And but
what curfew time do you guys have in Cebu?
8.
Now that you mention it, PM?
Yeah.
Until when?
5 a.m.
Jesus Christ! I hang out with you guys like until midnight.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well, it really wouldn't matter because nothing's open. You know, like.
Oh yeah.
Like, malls are closed with the exception of like drugstores, pharmacies, supermarkets.
Okay, that's good.
You know, that's
so SM Supermarket is open.
Yeah.
Okay,
those are still around.
Half of the place at least half of the place I hang out to is still alive.
Right.
So if I was there, I'd be stuck there hanging out and like to say, "Hey, you, why are you back here?" Well, I hotel's there. Yeah, bye.
Right. And you know, anyway, and we're gonna be stuck. We're gonna be stuck at home pretty much for the month, which kind of sucks.
Whoa! So that's almost May for you guys.
Yeah,
we're Manila in 2 weeks. It's gonna be over. Hopefully,
no, it's not gonna be over, dude.
They're gonna extend that. They're gonna extend.
Definitely going to extend this. I don't have a doubt in my mind.
Here I have no clue if they'll extend because well, let's just say federal government is seemingly either outnumbering the president, or the president tries to cockblock certain things by the part of the government.
That's so typical.
It's a reverse Philippines, basically.
That's so typical of a democracy, though. Like, unless you're all on the same page, right?
Yeah, man.
But man, I really dread, though, like, the bad habits that we might pick up after all of this has sort of gone down.
Dude, how much have you been eating? Because I'm, like, just stuck here. I've been eating sweets, and I've been getting fat.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I've already been getting fat because of the damn good food in Brazil. So I was stockpiling on tuna, on chocolates, more chocolates, maybe some fruits, then chocolates.
Now, listeners to the class record, oh yeah, cross promotion. Listeners of the class record will know that I average about 10 to 13,000 steps a day, and that sort of I need to hit
did you
that.
just say 13,000 steps a day?
Huh?
How?
13.
How did you track that? 13.
Yeah, 13.
You know you need 1,000 more, man.
Yeah, man. I've tried.
You tried.
Just to hit that magic 14,
well.
but no. What's it?
No.
I have a watch. I have a Chronobee something or the other. It's one of those like hybrid smartwatches, so it's pretty cool. But
you
like,
know what's better? But you know what?
I feel terrible
because
I can't get that here.
Why? Where? The watch?
Wait, what?
Or
No, I was just saying that I'm getting really fat because I haven't been walking.
Oh yeah, I was telling myself, hey Martin, you're just stuck at home. How about you try working out? And I'm like, dude, the laundry is not Monday to Saturday, and I'm sweating, and I don't have much clothes because the mall's already closed.
Yeah. Oh man, this is such
I'm like, Jesus Christ, how can I work out if I don't have enough clothes?
Man, you know, I'd really like to dig into your story there a little bit more, because it's like, you know, you just moved, you just sort of uprooted your life in the Philippines because work called you to Brazil, and once you got into Brazil, no more than you know, a week or
some
2
still
weeks
think
after.
I'm Chinese. Yeah,
Man. Like years from now, we're going to be looking back at this podcast episode, and we're going to be like, Martin, dude, remember that time that you were in Brazil during the whole COVID-19 thing? And you're like, huh? And then we listen back to these episodes,
and
you're
they
going to be
think
like,
I was
oh my
Chinese.
God. That was still one of the most legendary Bodega Nights episodes ever, dude.
You know, I take solace in the fact that maybe half of them have it. So suck it, guys. Suck it.
Because they were all in like in a packed stadium.
Yeah, and I was like watching it from home.
Nice.
Oh, watching it from a hotel. So maybe they got their COVID there. Or like days after in Carnival. I don't know. Whatever. I didn't have it. They thought I was Chinese. Lesson learned, kids. Lesson learned.
Or maybe you are an asymptomatic carrier. Ooh. That sounds like a really cool band name. Asymptomatic
Don't you
carrier
think
or
there's
asymptomatic carrier.
Yeah. Going back though to your steps, it's 13,000 steps?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, you beat Norm. Radio Norm episode was 11,000 steps.
Yeah.
Radio Norm now on Spotify.
No,
I
it's
think.
not, dude.
Why?
Man. Cause,
Give the people what they want. Radio Norm.
Because a lot of I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing and all of that. It's just probably not gonna happen, dude. Unless
just re-release. Just upload them. That's it.
Huh?
Just upload them. That's it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like they're all online somewhere. Like I have a torrent on channel14.com or whatever. But
yeah. Oh shiz! All of my Radio Norm episodes are like stuck at home, but I already got that torrent downloaded.
Yeah.
And oh no, shit! I knew I forgot something, Joao.
What, Radio Norm?
Should have brought Radio Norm Season 1 and like the Bodega albums that's like stuck in Manila in one of my PCs.
I think those are. I think like I have a torrent on for that as well, so you can just like download them.
Yeah, but the last one was like I CD ripped them all, like the 2010, 2011, the one else.
Yeah, I mean you can. I'm pretty sure there's a torrent online, or
I hope so.
Like somewhere in the deep web, in one of our
like, you know,
chat boxes or something.
Yeah, because you know, like some of the songs I've already used for Jobber Talk, if you recall.
Yeah, dude.
I've been using them there, like in between, like stuff and stuff. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Well, what was I saying earlier though? Before I was so rudely interrupted by myself.
Was it the lack of workout?
I'm scared. Well? I'm scared of like how used to our government imposing draconian measures like we're going to get, right? Because like this is absolutely valid that we limit movement and all of that. However, once this is used for, or if this is going to be used for something that's a little less valid, like we'd be more willing to accept that. Yeah, it's this whole idea of you need to stop people from gathering in groups, right? And one way that people gather in groups in public is when they're hanging out on the sidewalk or in one of those establishments that have a sidewalk table set up and sort of drink, right? Because that's one thing that gets people together. It was noticed the first day that the local governments said that we're gonna have like a quarantine period, right? Like what happened was people all just didn't go to work, didn't go to school, but ended up drinking with their friends in the bars. So how do we stop that? How do we stop, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Which is pretty smart.
It's
on
valid.
their part, right?
Yeah, it's valid, man. Oh, dude. Oh, by the way, today is March 28th, where I am,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, sir.
So happy 30th anniversary to Michael Jordan putting up 69 points, 18 rebounds, and 6 assists against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. And that is it.
Dude, but I don't know. I haven't been, if I'm being honest, these past couple of days, this past week. This past week, I've sort of not been on social media very much because it just depresses me, you know?
Is it the posts?
Yeah. All the
negativity, the people complaining why you guys are not so obedient to the government, or like some people saying we should have a better government, or like saying no, all that.
all of that, and you have that thing about Senator Pimentel that.
Oh God, yeah.
Right, the dude knew that he was, and then the dude knew that he had COVID, and then he walks into a hospital, right? Like, yeah. Not
and then
very
he wasn't
smart.
done, and then he went to SNR.
Yeah, so like not very smart.
And then he wasn't done. He went to Manny Pacquiao's party.
Right? So things like that, and then they juxtapose it with the person that was arrested and the Department of Justice saying that without formal complaint we can't file a case. Like juxtaposing it with that medical worker that was fined because he was riding on a motorcycle with somebody to get to work, right? Like, come on, dude. All of that is really depressing. So, like, as much as possible, I've been trying to avoid all of that, and it's one of those weird things that I feel like I want the newspaper, like I feel
because
like I want
no comments.
No, not only that there are no comments, but just give it all to me in one document once a day, and then I can be done with it and go on to like cooking lunch.
Live
right
with your life. Yeah, actually, living alone, it's kind of nice cooking. The problem is I'm the only one cleaning too. I don't know if it's making my hands like sore or giving me rashes. I don't know if it's the kitchen or like it's basically just my skin acting on food or something else or on the climate. I don't know.
Do you do your own laundry, or do you have it done at like a laundromat?
There's a laundromat, but I also do some of my laundry, my barong. I do it myself.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Because I don't want them putting it in a washing machine.
Yeah, you really do have to hand wash those things.
They're not babies.
Yeah. I mean, man, I remember when I was living alone in Manila. That was like my life, dude. Cook for myself, awesome. But then after that, you have to like wash the pans.
Yeah. Well, I do that at home too, but if I get lazy, I can wash some of it, and then when I wake up, someone's gonna help me. Now it's like I'm on my own, but I'm used to it anyway. It's just like, so yeah, I'm trying to minimize what I need to use on certain stuff, and the only stove I have is electric, so my Teflon is so slow I had to use the stainless steel, but it's harder to clean.
Right,
like,
and
faster
stainless
cooking,
steel isn't, and it isn't as like slippery, or it isn't as non-stick.
Yeah, man. But non-stick here is so slow to cook. Took me half an hour. This stainless steel took me almost almost just 15 minutes just to cook those thick-ass bacon cuts this morning.
Oh, bacon.
Which kind of look like lempo when you see the picture.
Oh, bacon. I'll cook some bacon for breakfast.
See?
Yeah.
Thank you, Bacon. Kevin Bacon. So what else?
Was it
have you
Steve
been-
Jobs died and now there aren't any jobs? Kevin Bacon, please don't die.
Oh, don't die. We need our bacon. Oh, gosh. What I kind of miss is like a bigger kitchen. That's what I miss. Because it's only like, mine's tiny because it's just me. I'm cooking for one person. That's me. But I want to buy a table, but the tables I see are like too big. I don't know how to fix them here. So it's kind of hard. So I'm just making use of what I have. Kitchen counter, that's where I eat. With a high stool or something. That's it.
Yeah. But it's good to see
wanna
that you
get a
aren't...
table.
It's good to sort of see that you aren't falling into the bad habits of people that live alone for the first time, right? Like, stuff like eating in bed and that sort of thing.
Why would I eat in bed? Jesus Christ, that's unhygienic.
Yeah, dude. Come on. You know.
Dude, you're gonna clean your bed, man.
Right?
I don't
there
want to
is
clean
that-
food in my bed.
There is that temptation, right? You eat in bed while you're watching TV, right? Like,
No one's gonna clean it up after me now.
right? So,
I don't have clean sheets.
when I was an 18-year-old living alone for the first time, I wish I had that. I wish I had that level of reflectiveness.
Though I do miss eating at my bedroom because, like you just said, eating on your bed side, right?
Yeah.
Because my bedroom's bigger. There's a bed, and in the middle of the room is the TV, and a few feet from it is like a table where I eat, which is like just a few feet away from the bed, but it has enough distance not to put crumbs on my bed.
Yeah.
And I can like sweep my floor after. But I don't want to eat on my bed. The hell, man. They only like fold the sheets here. They don't change the sheets here until what, 1 month? I don't know when. They never told me.
Wait, so you're living in like serviced apartments?
Yeah. So this gets cleaned every day except Sunday. So the clean is like they mop it. They change the garbage plastic. But it's not the cleanest of cleaning. I'm like saying, you're touching that with whatever.
Right. Well, that's about right, though. Eventually, after living for a few years, I guess it was in my second or third year, I started like asking somebody to come in once every 2 weeks or something to just sort of help me clean up. You know?
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah. You mentioned that last time when we were at Swanky. Today no one's cleaning this. I think that's what you said when we visited.
Yeah. That was and when I was living alone, right, back in the day, that was what I did. Right, somebody would come in once every 2 weeks to do a little bit of cleaning, and in between, well, sweep the floor, change the bed sheet, do the dishes, all of that sort of thing. Oh, do the laundry, man! I love doing laundry.
Wait, so you were in Ortigas. How expensive was the laundry? Is there laundry mats there?
I did it myself.
I don't remember. Oh, you have a washing machine?
Yeah.
Okay, lucky you. I don't have one. I do it by hand.
Right. What was it? There were some things that I hand washed, and other things I threw into the washing machine. Right.
Okay,
so things
that's cool.
like barongs obviously had to be hand washed.
Hand washed.
Some of those clothes that have the explicit, like I have a couple of shirts that
No.
explicitly say like hand wash only. So like those were the ones that I had to hand wash, and that was kind of fun.
That's good then.
Yeah.
But when did you start going there? Like, wait, what was your first apartment? Was it Pearl Place? It's not Swanky. I know it was somewhere else.
Yeah, near Emerald.
I used it as a passover towards Emerald.
Yeah, there.
It's the one with a mini stop. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
gosh.
building. One of
And
the.
then you were there shiz, during Ondoy, I remember.
Oh yeah, that was the best, dude. Like it was really cool, living in a condo near the stock exchange or near one of the stock exchanges, right?
Yeah, Tactile.
Yeah. Because power comes back really quickly and all of that. Like we're probably on the same like grid or whatever. So in that immediate area, power used to come back a day or two after some of the hardest typhoons. Like, you had people that didn't have power for 2 weeks, and I was cool.
How are you, Joao? Oh, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. When Ondoy hit, it took us like a day or two to have power back, or maybe just at least one day. Like the next day, like Sunday, it's good.
Yeah. So the thing that I really liked about it was it sort of became like a refugee camp as well for people that for like our friends that didn't have electricity and all of that stuff. Like the people living in condos in Ortigas were the people that sort of hosted people that couldn't go back home or didn't have electricity, so they couldn't charge their phones and stuff. Like that was.
So how many people were there?
I don't remember.
Like AG and Sima or Norm?
I think AG was at home. Right?
Oh snap! So he was stuck there.
Yeah, dude. Because like where he lives, it was hit really hard, right? Like in that kind of area.
Yeah, man. It's like that other side of Pasig that was like floody.
Yeah, dude.
Right?
Like along that. Oh.
I want to talk about something that happened that time too, but it's kind of scary. Like one village, everyone was almost everyone died because it was flooded.
Yeah, like I totally remember the week or two after Undoy, man. It was like AG was stuck at home, and like Miko and a bunch of like his other friends went in with like care packages and stuff, being all like tactical about it.
Oh snap! Yeah, Miko had that. Yeah,
found that so cool.
Oh yeah, if you check out Miko's Facebook, he's all geared up for lockdown. I mean, for enhanced community quarantine.
Lockdown. Yeah.
The first thing I'm gonna do when everything's back to normal here in Brasilia
next week,
going to the nearest. Yeah, if it happens next week, I'm gonna get all my dollars, convert into reais, get back here in the apartment so I won't get mugged.
Rich.
Oh, what the hell am I saying? I'm going to the nearest churrasco and spend it all there and eat some meat. Disclaimer. This is like all the money I saved up on selling my stuff when I was a kid. So like these are hard-earned buy and sell money.
Not
your taxes. Not your... I know someone's listening. This is not where your taxes go, friend. This is not where it's going. They're going to emergency funds. Because, by the way, Joao, guess what I'm reading right now today?
I don't know.
Government Procurement Policy Board Circular Number 1. We're trying to... Because there's emergency procurement going on around the world, baby.
Yeah. What's it? Like, as far as I understand it, say the need to declare, at least the way it works in the Philippines is the need to declare a state of emergency is the prerequisite for the president to be able to go into the emergency funds, to be able to do things like fund healthcare, that sort of thing. So
this is an interesting law. Because it's based, one of the bases is the recent law, the RA 11469, the Act Declaring Existence of COVID, blah, 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 aka our favorite Bayanihan to Heal as One Act.
Yeah.
So basically, like, this procurement kind of thing is focused on goods that may include personal protective equipment, like the gloves, gowns, masks, goggles. Other stuff, like supplies, like sanitizers, alcohols, tissue, thermometers, the works.
Right.
One of the interesting parts of this law... I've been skimming through it the whole day, but it's not getting into my head. So basically, I need it by Monday or I'm screwed. You know why. One of the parts is like you can actually lease or rent some place to make it a, how you call it? A place to facilitate people who are COVID positive patients. So like, lease a venue for a medical facility. Like I think that's happening right now in Manila. Like a former... hospitals now reopened for that.
Yeah, that's what I find. Like it is simultaneously amazing that our clown show that is the Congress of the Philippines was able to sort of get together and act decisively on something that needs decisive action. But
because they're paid.
Oh,
they were voted.
But then at the same time, this sort of sets quite dangerous precedent, like by giving, at
Power.
least for the meantime, the executive more power than is
You had two branches.
safe,
The other two.
I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. Because executive, what's the executive part of government, right? It's not just the president, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like a secretary. So the Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Secretary of Justice, Secretary of Trade and Industry.
Yeah, like you in a way, you're unshackling the entire executive department, which can be good if you need quick, decisive action. Like in this particular case, right? Like I would like the Department of Health to have a little bit more power, and that's done through giving the office of the president a little bit more
Emergency
power in that
powers.
regard. But like I said, it sets fairly dangerous precedent because there might be something that is not as unprecedented as this that
Might be overreacted on like that.
yeah. So I mean it's quite dangerous in that way. It's sort of like when they cut signal in Cebu during the Sinulog. Like,
Oh, yeah. How the hell could you,
right?
live stream if you already cut off Globe, Smart, Sun?
Yeah. So there, right? I found that so annoying. But then, eventually they it used to be only in sort of that downtown area.
Yeah, when all the activity is. Like what they did in the Black Nazarene in Manila, right?
Yeah,
They
it was
cut
only
off
in that.
Cell phone signals there.
Yeah, it was only in that downtown area, and I was like, at the time, I was like, this is a horrible idea, because it's going to be easier to do things like expand the area that doesn't have any mobile signal, and like people aren't going to be as repulsed by it, right? Like if they had done, the entire, let's call it the Tri-City area. I really like that. Mandaue, Cebu City, and Lapu-Lapu, right? If you were to, if that first year that they did it, they like cut signal in sort of the outskirts of Cebu City and into Mandaue, there would have been a riot. But they were like, no, we'll just sort of keep it to the downtown area where the parade is actually happening. And then last year, I think it might have been, or 2 years ago, they cut it in, or they cut mobile signal in a much larger chunk, right? Like I live an hour away from the sort of downtown area, an hour away on a regular day, on a day where there isn't much traffic, maybe about 30, 45 minutes. And I didn't have signal, or I wasn't able to make calls. I wasn't able to send texts, and I lived pretty far away from where that large gathering of people was, and people didn't complain.
Oh man. Okay, that's good.
I mean, it was terrible that people didn't complain because they had already gotten used to quote unquote draconian measures being taken. So I'm afraid that the next time something not as
Biggest COVID.
yeah, something not as big happens, these same sort of measures might be put into place and people aren't going to complain because it worked already. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like saying, okay, we'll suck it up, whatever. Ugh, that's tough.
Yeah. Sort of like what happened with the US after 9/11, right?
Oh yeah, Iraqistan.
Right. Whatever. What was that law that they enacted? The Patriot Act, right?
Yeah, the Patriot Act.
Right. Like if the Bayanihan Act might have similar sort of longer lasting effects in
Yeah.
in our society, to have a larger social impact, even if the law is of limited application. When this whole COVID thing blows over, then it's gone. Like there's still that social effect that a law that is like that has. But at the same time, the way money works in the government is quite weird, right?
Interesting. You do wait. You took this up. I think you'd know more. There are people like decrying why they cut the health budget, why they cut this kind of budget and that budget. Joao, from a law perspective, why do you think so?
Man, don't talk to me
It's
about that. I don't remember.
Ah, damn. Because here's the thing. You people bitch about, oh, why did they cut this? why don't you ask them? Why did they cut it? Because they didn't spend the budget they were given to. If they don't spend that budget, there is less of a likelihood they'll keep that budget, and they'll revert some of that budget to another department that needs the budget.
Yes.
That's how it got cut off. That's who you need to blame, not the people doing the GA. It's the people who effed up and not spent the budget fully. It goes both ways.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. There, I said it.
This is the weird thing.
Get over yourselves, people.
This is the weird thing about the way money works in the government.
Yeah.
Once money is earmarked, you have to spend it.
You got to spend it. I mean, at first I didn't get it too, but when I see people getting their budgets cut, like, how come they got that? And then they ask me, well, Martin, did they spend it?
Yeah,
No.
so
Exactly. It's like, okay, I'm sorry.
right, so sometimes I see these ridiculous what are they called? Ridiculous civil works projects. What's the word for it? But whatever, like these like
Yeah.
this road doesn't need paving, whatever. And then I realized
They need to spend the money
you
to
need
pave
to spend the money, because if you don't spend the
pave
money,
it.
that's budget that's going to be cut. You know? So
Yep. So, I'm sorry if PGH didn't use their budget and they got their budget cut. Blame it on them. In a way. But sometimes it's not just the underspending. Sometimes it's also the politics of it all.
yeah, and most people, most people aren't. Most people don't have a nuanced enough view of the way these things work to sort of be able to talk about it without having to go to an
To
extreme.
be outraged
right?
and say, yeah.
That's the fault of that's the fault of Facebook.
Yeah, or Twitter. Woke Twitter.
Yeah.
I still haven't downloaded it back in my mobile phone. I don't want to waste my time. I just check it out
I
on my
should-
desktop now.
I should
Like-
delete Facebook off of my phone. Like I really should.
Yeah.
Just keep Messenger.
You should if you just don't like what's on your feed, like on my Twitter feed, like past few months, and just don't check it out. The only reason that keeps me back on Twitter sometimes like the fan art of certain video games I like, so I like that. Oh look, and like oh look, it's Zack Ryder. Oh, I'm gonna like that and retweet that. Oh
Yeah.
look, some bullshit. I can just exit now. Bye. Or something like
Freaking Facebook. You know what's the name of that?
also-
Reputable media company. Going back to like wanting a newspaper. Reputable media company has this.
Wait, this reputable media company, has it been under fire by this current administration
Not really.
or something else? Okay, I don't know that reputable media company.
Yeah, I mean because like we aren't as reputable media company isn't as big as the other ones, so we don't have such
Okay.
big a target on our backs. But something that's really cool about what reputable media company does is they have
Okay.
like a weekly digest. No, they have a daily digest in the evening of all of the COVID news that happened in the day. They'll send you an email.
Oh, dude.
And then you
that's
just
cool.
read it, and you're like, all right, cool. I know what I need to know. So, you get to cut out all of that bullshit that you read on Facebook or,
Facebook, yeah.
And I was really happy when they did that. It's like, oh my God, like I don't have to scroll through my Facebook feed to get news anymore, which is kind of weird, but kind of awesome at the same time.
Wait, here's the weird part. Yeah, you're right. Ever since I came here, the only news I get is from Facebook, which kind of sucks. Because I should be telling myself, hey, Martin, check out CNN. Hey, Martin, hey, check out Yahoo News. Or, hey, check out Abante. Like, no, let's check out Facebook and see what memes I can get. Oh, look,
Right.
current events. Oh, look, a very edgy view on today's politics again. Oh, look, more memes.
Yeah, that's the problem with social media. You get a very narrow view of everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I sort of liked having like more than one newspaper growing up. Right? It's like growing up there was always
Oh, yeah.
2 or 3 newspapers in the house, and it sort of gave a broader view of the world, or I guess a broader view of the country. And
Oh, man.
and another thing that it did is, like, admittedly, on my Facebook feed now, I don't get very much business news. I don't get very much sports news. But when you have,
Same.
right? But when you have the whole newspaper with you, you're kind of forced to, if you're just that bored on the can, right? You're kind of forced to read other types of news. So you get, again, like a sort of broader view of at least your immediate surrounding, you know?
Well, for me,
Yeah.
like, I always skip to the sports page.
Because it's on the back.
Yeah, like, oh, look, front page, okay. Oh, look, NBA. Yay!
Yeah.
Like, if I said this 10 years ago and, like, some of my teachers in my majors are hearing this, like, for shame, Martin, so you only check out the sports page. How dare you join this elite school of something that pertains to the politics and just check the sports page like, yeah, suck it, I'm still top 10.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm still... And the most ironic thing is I'm on a career track that's in line with the majors. So like,
Yeah, dude, like your political science major is coming into play in a very real way in the work that you do.
So this like it's funny. It's me here, two of our friends, and like helping make laws. Same guys are mostly hanging out or drinking, and there's this guy who's already married and has a kid who was the black sheep of our batch, who's teaching political governance too. So yeah, turns out we were the ones who'd be stuck here. Not the golden boys and girls. Funny, now that I think of it.
I wouldn't know, dude. I took up history.
Yeah.
I was in a completely different
right.
school.
Yeah, you were in a complete... You're like on the other side of 7th floor.
Yeah, so like, I really wouldn't know. I didn't know the internal politics of like your department.
I don't know the internal politics of yours, except that time when Bach and I think Philip were like, waging war formally to the program director of yours. Instead of
there was all of that
instead
stuff,
of doing it anonymously. So I'm like, yeah, guys, have the balls like Bach and Philip. Have the balls, man. Have the balls.
But
Balls, man.
what was it? Something that we tried to do at work. Something that we encourage our students to do when they're giving feedback is it isn't simply complain, but it's
Suggest.
sort of complain. Yeah, complain, suggest, and then sign it. So like take responsibility for your complaint and take responsibility for your suggestion. Or take responsibility for your complaint and take credit for your suggestion.
Yeah, that's good.
That sort of thing.
I gotta ask, how, like, are these high school kids or middle school kids? How old are they?
High school.
So, of course, they're still scared because if you do complain and if you do suggest, remember, maybe the guy you're complaining, giving a suggestion to is the guy you want to give a recommendation letter to your new college. Is that going to affect things? Sometimes you'd say no, but
you don't have to ask everybody.
Sometimes maybe it would affect you in a way, even though, there's still feelings there, right? What if someone like someone complains to you and suggests something good, but they're like, okay, what the hell? I thought we're cool. Okay.
Yeah, I mean there is a place for anonymized feedback, but there is something to be said about taking responsibility for the things that you say in a public forum.
I get it.
Right? Because it sort of how do you put this? It forces you to watch your words.
Oh.
And it forces you to it forces you to watch your words, and it forces you to think through what you're going to say, because you're attaching it to
a formal letter.
You're attaching it to you, right? So,
Damn. So how's that worked out? Are there any good suggestions, or like were there submissions for now? As of now, not yet.
Yeah, man. Like there was somebody wrote a complaint about me.
All right. How did you take it?
And the way I teach.
Okay.
And it is duly noted, and it is going to affect the way that I teach moving forward.
Okay. Would you like to expound on this episode, or will we
Not really.
hear it in the next episode of Class Record, where it has a bigger forum?
I don't know. I don't know, because it was kind of.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to put it, but it cut kind of deep.
Okay, I get it. But it's duly noted, and at the end of the day, do you realize if the complaint is valid? Was it valid?
Oh no, it was completely valid.
Did you take certain steps to address that
It
problem?
was completely valid. Oh, of course I did.
Can we say the F word to that person who... Just kidding. Just kidding. I hope they're not listening to this episode.
Dude, I'm not fast enough anymore. I used to be so much faster at stuff like this. Can we say the F word? And it would be like, what's a good F word to say to somebody that's sort of a synonym for the word thank you?
Well, pleased to meet you. How flossed was that? Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Or they were expecting the word. Oh, wait. You're going to have to bleep that out. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I've been cussing quite a bit as well. Government?
Yeah, freaking government that I'm part of.
Man, like third world, back when we used to do third world Linux, right? Like, I didn't cuss too much, except when we started talking about the government. And that was the thing that would get me into this long, like, that would get me into, like, this long section of expletives, right?
Really?
So,
You're not as worse as some of my friends who do a wrestling podcast and just go political in the friends. Hi, guys. Where was I?
we used to do that. We used to do that quite a bit on Third World
But it's in
Linux.
the off-tangent section.
You know? Yeah, that's where a lot of the cussing happened.
I check it out.
But then, say for example, there was an episode when technology when technology and public service, or where technology and governance crossed over, like when we were talking about the Comelec
and
breach.
the other one, the data sharing thing. What's that? Free data. It was one of your
right. So
one of my favorite episodes.
So when technology and governance crossed over, it was a very spicy episode, shall we say?
I think.
Right, we prepared for a lot of F-bombs and all of that, but when we get political on Bodega Nights, I try not to, but earlier in the episode,
F-bombs.
I led with a couple of F-bombs there, I think.
Yeah, it's granted, man. Like, let's be honest, like, even other governments, even first world countries right now are more reactive than being proactive with this. This is something that hit us hard everywhere. This virus, this ain't a joke. Like, yeah, we can cuss out our government, we can cuss out how unprepared we are. At the end of the day, everyone's just trying to catch up. It sucks. We all have to... I'm not gonna say we're gonna go hoorah and like do our part as citizens and be obedient. Just try to stay safe, stay healthy. Like, it can happen to anyone. We can be infected, we don't even know it yet. It's like The Walking Dead. We don't know we're zombified until we die. Because when we die, we go brainless and we eat people, stuff like that. I hope it's not like that. Here's the scary part about this virus. After the lockdown period, I think they're gonna have to extend it because there's still nothing there. There's still not a clear-cut vaccine. There's testing kits.
Yeah.
We do have testing kits, but what else?
Yeah. The purpose of these like lockdowns and quarantines is sort of to buy time, right?
Yeah, just to buy time.
That's the other thing that I wish people would sort of think about. Something that I wish people would know, right?
Yeah.
That the quarantine is not the solution. Right? The quarantine is a way to buy time while people much smarter than us are finding a solution and trying to get it all under control.
Yes.
So anyway.
We're really gonna have that out. There's no solution yet, and so far we just have testing kits that may or may not be right. So Manny, I hope you're legit negative and it's not the Chinese testing kit that was proved unsafe by Germany, because that's expire pesos down the drain. Could have got some, but hey, at least we're glad that he's not infected by Coco Pimentel.
Oh my god.
Damn it, I mean, already frontliners infected, SNR people infected, boxing legend almost infected. It's like a 3-for-1, man. You thought it couldn't get worse. So they messed up the health sector, Makati Med. The good sector, SNR. Sports, Manny Pacquiao. Really? Really, even sports? Really, man? The hell? I'm not the biggest Manny fan, but seriously, man. Seriously. What's next, PBA? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey,
This is the first time I'm getting worked up in politics in Bodega Nights. I guess this is a record episode again. Congrats to me.
Hey, man, welcome to how I feel on Third World Linux.
Yeah, this is just, I guess this is because I don't have much people now to vent out on my frustrations off the record. Because most people here speak Portuguese and I just say, "Oh, pão de queijo, muito bom."